3, 2, 1. You're live.
What's up guys, this is Battlefield HQ and today I'm gonna show you guys a simple little way of getting your groove on when it comes to the cinematic tools. So the first thing you want to do is get onto the multiplayer server browser and we're gonna look for Giant Shadow, seeing that it is the new map, and we're gonna check it out. So you need to filter it up and click spectator. If that's in case you're going to a full match, make sure that spectator is clicked so you can use the cinematic tools, and don't forget to click one of those three dots there to go into the server. The messed up thing is when it's actually foggy or hazy or whatever, you don't tend to get a good experience with taking out snapshots and stuff like that. So that's how you need to join it. Let's join it up. It's gonna take a while to load. If you don't have an SSD like me, it's gonna take a bit longer, and you just gotta wait a little while. Alright, and we're back. So this is the tabletop view, which is F1. F2 is for first person view of the player that you are watching, and F3 is third person. But let's just go over the little settings you have there in the key bindings. And we're gonna click spectator, and as you can see, F1 is tabletop, F2 is first person, F3 is third person, and we have the free camera view, and then we have the director view. So let's get back to the tabletop, and we're just gonna click here, and we can already see and move as we please and look anywhere we want. There's a little bit of screen tearing, but that's because I don't have VSync on. So let's go down. Seems to be a map over here. Interesting. So what we're gonna do is go over the options. We're gonna go display options. I already hid everything that needs to be hidden, so you won't see the player count, which is right there. Put that off because I mean you need best experience for that. We're gonna turn up the field of view to as much as it can go. Camera sensitivity, I tend to leave it to about 3%, so it moves relative to my convenience. I don't know, maybe you might want something higher. So let's get a little bit closer to something that we could record. As you can see how slow it's moving, but to get where we want to record, we gotta put that up a little bit. Boom. And so it's pretty simple. Let's try to get a close-up on this because it makes sense. Go a little higher, lower, higher. Perfect. So first thing you need to play with is put a bit of this back to 3%. You can put to 0 if you want to move extra slow, but I mean it doesn't really make sense. So 2%, 3%, the same thing. We're gonna try the camera filters now. We have a couple of sepia, we have noir, we have tilt shift, which is the one you're gonna like, and saturated. So these are the two that you are gonna play with. Now saturated from 100% to 0%, that's how the saturation works. From 0% to 100%, that's how much saturation that you are gonna add to the video. So we love to leave that to 100% because it looks pretty cool. But let's get back to tilt shift. How tilt shift works: tilt shift is a vertical blur. Basically it's gonna blur the bottom and the top and the middle. It's not gonna blur it. So 100% would be high and low. As you can see, it's like it's moving upwards. And the tilt shift and how it actually works is that it blurs everything around and makes. Let me do it for you guys so you can see. I think let's find a good place. Let's go back over there. Let's try to view that house over there. And it's gonna look very small actually. So if you look right now, and we're just looking at that, it looks like a little small house actually, because everything else around it is blurred. So it actually looks like a nice little small house, and that's how the tilt shift works. That's how people use it. And it goes down, goes up. So as you can see, it moves up. It's vertical, moves up, comes back down. And we are done with that, I guess. So let's just reset this, reset the camera, and now we're gonna work with depth of field. So once that is on, let's try to get a little bit closer to something that let's try to get close back to the well. And that looks pretty cool right there. It's pretty cool right there. So as you can see, there's a little blur behind. So the first thing you will see is camera blur at 10%. You can actually make the blur very strong so that it will actually be a blur. So you can blur everything in the background. You can bring it back low so that you can see everything. But they tend to put a 10% at default because most times you want to keep that slight tilt shift kind of feel into it. So that's why it's 10%. Now focus distance. Now it's self-explanatory. It basically helps you focus in the distance or focus closer to you. So you will notice that the higher you put it, it will be focusing in the background. And if in case I bring it closer, you see like the focus is coming in and it's coming in and it's coming in until it basically blurs out just behind the well. You can see it moving right there. So that's focus distance. So the higher you put it, it'll focus more in the distance, so it's actually blurring out the well and it's focusing on those little wood pilings at the back. And you can actually make it focus on the tree on the side. You'll see it. I hope you guys are seeing it because the quality most likely would be different on YouTube, but that's what it's gonna do. Next thing you wanna try to work with is far end. Now far end is basically a focus, but it's actually a little bit more subtle. It helps you focus a bit, well, it's subtle as I said, and that's how it works. It's just subtle. So it's basically the same as focus distance, but it's more subtle. The rest is the same thing. It's focused to the start, and it's actually so subtle that you might not even notice. So there is no sense really changing anything about it. So that's basically everything you really need to know. Let's just put back the tilt shift, and we're gonna just do a little bit of playing of it until we get this. So, and here you go, a perfect snapshot. Now there's that little spinning thing that you can't really get rid of unless you have a very good computer. But if I press Z, everything else will disappear except for the loading, and then we can take a little snapshot. Very simple, and that's how you use it. These are the things that you really need to focus on. Not much. You just need to know the camera speed, you just need to know the camera sensitivity, the field of view. Put that full saturation, you can work with that. Bring it 100% or 50%. You can do the tilt shift. Remember, it's vertical, so the higher you put it, it's like it moves up or down. Camera blur, self-explanatory. It's gonna blur everything that is already blurred. When you're doing the tilt shift, you're gonna blur it to the max. And here we have focus distance, focus to the distant, or focus to the nearest. Self-explanatory. So thank you guys for watching. This was the most basic tutorial, although it was lengthy, but it was the most basic tutorial on the cinematic tool. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and salute.